All right, this is day two uh, of the field notes, and I'm very tired because I did the travel. Uh, you know, last day one was in the airport in Raleigh, getting ready to go on the plane. Now I'm in my hotel in Athens. I checked in, and yeah, so I'm a bit sleepy. I'm a bit tired, but we're gonna get through this. So I had a lot of great experiences in the field today. The first one was on the plane to Athens on the flight. I met this lovely lady, and she, I told her, like, I asked her, hey, you from Greece? And she said, yeah, I live in New York, but now, I'm going on vacation to see my family in Greece and in Athens. And I said, oh, this is my first time. And then she just opens up, oh, you're gonna have a good time. And then I told her my purpose. I said, I'm gonna write a book on food and culture. And she said, oh, that's wonderful. I used to be a chef in Sheraton in the hotels in the United States. And she was really happy. And she said, okay, look, I'm going to be like a mother to you. I said, what's going on here? She said, I want to be like a mother. I got to tell you something. Don't go out in the night. There's a lot of crime. And then she said there's a lot of migrants. Migrants, and it's not like it used to be. So she said Athens has changed. It's no longer what she used to know. And I think that was a really important moment for me because I really never thought of the migrant crisis in Europe. And I thought it was a very interesting thing to say. So I wrote it down because I'm not going to let that go, right? But I didn't realize how important that conversation was. So I touched down. I took a taxi to the hotel, an Uber, and I love flea markets. And it's funny, the Uber driver said, you gotta go to this flea market. So I said, that's definitely where I'm going because not only is it people who meet to trade, to buy and sell, but there's a lot of great restaurants there. So that could be a wonderful opportunity for me to observe and to ask questions and so on. But what was most important is that I picked a hotel in the city center, and I have never seen this many anarchist symbols in one place. Like the concentration of anarchist symbols is astounding. So I'm walking along, I check into the hotel, and I immediately go for a walk because I know I'm exhausted and I need to get moving because if I don't get moving, I'm going to go to sleep and then that will screw up my clock. So I start walking. I funnily enough, run into this bookstore. So I talked about, I met the owner and I talked to him about it. And he immediately described the horrible violence of the Greek War of Independence. And he said it didn't have to be that violent. And I said, it was called rebirth for a reason because you cannot be born again in the sense of being a new country unless you destroy the old order. So I thought that was really quite interesting. And that led me to what I saw on my walk. I saw this picture as graffiti, and I'm going to include this. I don't know how to put this into the video, okay, because I'm not tech savvy as of yet. I ran across this graffiti, and it said, Greek Coast Guards are murderers. Don't let them do. So I wasn't sure what that meant, don't let them do, but I mean, there it is. If you can just look at that. I'm going to get better, but there it is. So it's about stopping the migrants. And so, I often think of the state essentially as this unitary actor that the world system as of today, functions, right? States matter the most. That's what we are taught. But it feels like things are changing in the sense of people don't want the old or the existing order to continue. You either want anarchism, or you want to be part of the European Union, part of a supra nation state or state, foregoing the nation aspect of it. And so something I'm realizing now as I'm spending time in Greece is there seems to be this, I don't know, negative reaction toward the nation state and nationalism in general. Now, I want to test that within the food framework. I haven't been able to just yet because I haven't had any conversations, but I think we're getting close. Like today was just a fact-finding mission. You see the lay of the land. And then we're going to start talking shop. I have a couple of a prospect lined up, and so we'll see how that goes. So these field notes, I know field notes are supposed to be a summary of what happened in the day, and I have that. But these are like field notes and a little bit of my own interpretation, description of it. And I think that's important. You have the show and tell of ethnography, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here to do, and I'm exhausted. What I wanted to do was eat something in front of the camera like I did in day one. I can't do that because I already had a little something for dinner. I had a sandwich. It was a European Union sandwich. It was ham and Gruyere cheese. It's quite good. But I'm gonna have a snack. So I got these from Raleigh on my trip, but I wanted to eat them on the plane because I hate plane food. But I had some before I left, and it was very powerful on my tum-tum. It's called chakalu. Chakalu. It's an Indian snack. I got it from an Indian grocery. So we're gonna see what that's all about. I'm gonna show you. So it's a rice snack. This is in Raleigh. Like this is just right next door to you, folks in Greenville. Look at the size of that bad boy. I mean, it's quite big, right? So it's a rice treat. It's deep fried in palm oil, peanut oil. There's Bengal gram split dehusk. I guess that's some kind of spice. There's butter, ginger, and other curry leaves. So I'm just gonna have a bite. The funny thing, you don't taste the spice. You don't taste the spice until right at the end. So if you have too many of these, it's gonna hurt your tum-tum if you're not used to it. Well, I like to go to Indian groceries and just buy the snacks because they have this great they call it potato wafers. We call it potato chips. That is off the chain. I would recommend anyone try it. And there's also methi puri, which is I think it's called methi pan or methi puri. That was very good. It's like this except with wheat and less spicy. Oh, that hurts. Anyway, so tomorrow, well, I'm tired right now. So tomorrow I'm going to answer some emails from my contact here in Greece who wants to introduce me to people. And once I do that, I'm going to go to that flea market and just explore and see what I can dig up. You never know. You never know what you can learn. As you have to put on your lenses though. You have to not just go in and say, "Oh, that's cool," but like, "Oh, this is how it relates," right? That's the significance of this exercise. Is that we constantly think and ask those questions to see what happens, right? To see what they say. So anyway, that's all for now, and I hope I sleep well. I hope you're doing great, and thank you very much for listening.